So, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, class. Will anyone lead a prayer? Okay. So, again, good afternoon, everyone. First, before we start, anyone check the seating arrangement? And, Secretary, can you check the attendance first? Okay, good. Nobody's absent, right? Good. Ano yung previous lesson natin nakaraan? Previous lesson natin nakaraan. Ano yung, what is our previous lesson? Okay, about verb. Action word, right? Alright. And first, gagawa tayo ng activity. This activity is jumbled word. Okay? And number 1, solve ka number 1. Okay? Anyone, class? Sino gusto sumagot sa number 1? Okay, you, Mr. Acosta. Yan, tama. Pneumonia. Isa yung illness na nakikita sa tao. Then for number 2 is yan. Number 2. Anyone? Okay, you, miss. Yan, tama. Squatty. Squatty. For number 3, okay, number 3. Okay, Mr. Bayan. Yes, accurate. Thermometer. Yung thermometer is ginagamit siya sa body temperature, right? And for number 4, yan, alam na alam niyo yan, yung mga yung yan. Sino gusto sumagot, class? Okay. Yan, alam na alam cold ah. Cold ba sa jowa mo? Iwanan mo na. And for the last, yan. Gerranst. Anyone? Okay, you. Yes, tama, stranger. Ito yung mga taong di natin kilala sa umpisa. Hindi natin kilala kahit sa sinapira. Stranger. Okay? Yan. Una natin activity yung gagawin. For the next, may activity tayo na listen and draw. Makikinig kayo class, sasabihin ko, then drawing nyo siya sa, di ba nagpadala ako ng bond paper last meeting? Okay. Drawing nyo sa dun na game. Una nyong i-drawing is draw a tree. Tree, puno. Done? Okay. For the next one is draw a sun. Sun, nagbibigay sa atin ng liwanag. Sun. Okay. For the next one, draw a leaves that fell from the ground and have one leaf. Yung puno daw, may matitira siyang isang dahon, tapos yung iba nalalagdag sa lapag. Gets? Okay. Take your time. Then, for the last one, done yet? Okay. Take your time. And for the last one, write your name uppermost left. Pinakataas ha? Left, left. Okay. So, done. Recitation. Magbibigay lang kayo ng example ha. Anong gagawin nyo, o kaya based sa experience nyo, anong gagawin nyo sa kaibigan nyo na may sakit? Maaari ba siyang tulungan? Patay na lang? Ganon. Ikaw, Miss Yamson. Okay, so ganun gagawin mo sa kaibigan mo. Okay. So, mag-storytelling tayo. Babasahan ko kayo ng kwento na ang title is The Last Leaf. Yung author na to si Mr. O'Brien. Okay? Nagbigay ako sa inyo ng handles kanina, di ba? Ay, yung last meeting, nagbigay ako. Dala nyo ba? Okay. Basahin nyo guys ha. But first, ito si Mr. O'Brien. O. Henry pala guys. O. Henry. I forgot. Yan. Siya si Mr. O. Henry. Okay. Mr. Cruz, can you read story of Mr. O. Henry? Okay, stand up. Yes. Tama. June 5, 1910, New York City, USA. Yes. Yeah, 6 months. 6 months. Yes, 3 years at Ohio prison. Nakulong si Mr. O. Henry nun. Na almost 3 years. Okay? So, thank you, Mr. So now, mag-storytelling na tayo. While I'm reading the story, sabayan nyo ako kahit sa utak nyo lang, kahit huwag nyo na sabihin. Okay? Mag-mind reading na lang tayo. Mag-mind reading na lang kayo, tapos ako magbabasa ng story. Medyo mahaba to guys, kaya medyo matatagalan talaga tayo. Okay? Many artists, The Last Leaf by Mr. O. Henry. Illustration by Yoko Koga. Many artists live in a Greenwich Village area of New York. 2 young women named Sue and Jancy shared a studio apartment at the top of the 3-story building. Jancy's real name was Joanna. Kaya in-example kanina yung sa pagiging kaibigan. As about sa illness, kasi sila yung example ko, yung dalawang main character. In November, a cold unseen stranger came to visit the city. The disease pneumonia killed many people. Jancy lay on her bed, hardly moving. She looked through the small window. She could see the side of the brick house next to her building. One morning, a doctor examined Jancy and took her temperature. Then he spoke with Sue in another room. She had one chance in, let us say, 10. He said, and that chance is for her to want to live. Your friend has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. Has she anything on her mind? She wanted to paint the Bay of Naples in Italy someday, said Sue. Paint? Said the doctor, Bosh. Has she nothing? Has she anything on her mind worth thinking twice? A man, for example? A man? Said Sue. Is a man worth? But no, doctor, there is nothing of the kind. I will do all the science can do, said the doctor. But whenever my patients begin to count the carriage of the funeral, I take away the 50% from the curative power of medicines. After the doctor had gone, Sue went into the workroom and cried. Then she went Johnson's room with her drawing board. Whistling ragtime, Johnson lay with her face toward the window. Sue stopped whistling, thinking she was asleep. She began making a pen and ink drawing for a story in a magazine. Young artists must work their way to art by making pictures for magazine stories. Sue heard a low sound several times repeated. She went quickly to the bedside. Johnson's eyes were open wide. She was looking out the window and counting backwards. 12, she said, and little later, 11. And then 10, and 9, and 8, and 7. Almost together, she looked at the window. What was there to count? There was only an empty yard and the blank side of the house, 7 meters away. An old ivy vine, the flowers, right? Going bad at the roots. Climbed it halfway up the wall. The cold breath of autumn had stricken leaves from the plant until its branches, almost bare hung on the bricks. What is it, dear? Asked Sue. 6, said Johnsy quietly. They are falling faster now. 3 days ago, there were almost 100. It made my head hurt to count them, but now it's easy. There goes another one. There are only 5 left now. 5? What, dear? Asked Sue. Leaves. On the plant. When the last one falls, I must go too. I've known that for 3 days. Didn't the doctor tell you? Oh, I never heard such a thing, said Sue. What about old ivy leaves to do with your getting well? And you used to love that vine. Don't be silly. Why, the doctor told me this morning, and your chances for getting well risen soon were. Let us say exactly what he said. He said chances were 10 to 1. Try to eat some soup now. And let me go back to my drawing so I can sell it to the magazine to buy foods and wine for us. You need get any more wine, said Johnsy, keeping her eyes fixed out the window. There goes another one. No, I don't want any soup. Let's leave just 4. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I'll go too. Johnsy, dear, said Sue. Will you promise me to keep your eyes closed and not look out the window until I'm done working? I must hand those drawings in by tomorrow. Tell me as soon as you have finished, said Johnsy. Close. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of thinking. I want to turn loose my hold on everything and go sailing down. Down just like one of those poor tired leaves. Johnsy was sleeping when they went upstairs. Sue pulled the shade to cover the window. She and Behram went into the other room. They looked out the window fearfully at the ivy vine. Then, later that day, Sue came to the bed where Johnsy lay and put one arm around her. I have something to tell you, White Mouse, she said. Mr. Berham died in pneumonia today in the hospital. He was sick only 2 days. They found him the morning from the first in the city downstairs helpless with pain. His shoes and clothing were completely wet and icy cold. They could not imagine where he had been on such a terrible night. And then they found a lantern, still lighted, and they found a ladder that had been moved from its place, and art supplies and painting board with green and yellow color mixed on it. And look out the window, dear. At the last I believe on walls. Did you wonder why it is never moved when the wind blow? Oh, darling, it is beyond masterpiece painted if there the night that the last leaf fall. Okay, the storytelling is done, guys. Then I have a following question on you. Then number 1, what does the leaf symbolize in the story? Anyone? Okay, mister. Yes, that's correct. For number 2, how is the last leaf story of hope, friendship, and sacrifice? Okay. Yes, correct again. While listening to the story, what line caught your attention and why? Siyempre, di ba, pag nagbabasa naman tayo ng story, may mga lines na always nagsising sa utak natin, right? Anyone? Okay, you, Miss Kate. Okay, done. For the fourth question, what is the twist of the story, and how does the twist make the story interesting? Anyone? Okay, you. Accurate. So accurate question. For number 5, what do you think the overall message of the story? Ano daw yung naisip niyo sa buong story na yun? Ano daw yung mensahe ng story na yun pag nabasa mo yun? Yes, anyone? Mr. What's your name again? Yes, Mr. Chester. Yes, tama. Yes, tama. Pag-sacrifice. Tama. Accurate. For the last but not the least question, what do you consider as your greatest masterpiece so far? Why did you say so? Anyone? Okay, you. Okay. Anyone? Again? Yes, you, miss. Okay. So before end of this topic or this lesson, I will give you an assignment. Ano ba yun? Yes, this is your assignment. Make a promise to your parents regarding positive changes in your life. Write the specific traits which you want to change on the upper portion of the diagram. The plan methods of changes which you have to do on the wider portion, and your vision of yourself as truly transformed individual. Okay? Take note nyo yan, guys. Assignment nyo yan. So class, this our lesson for today. I hope you learned so. Then, goodbye class. Thank you for listening.